All right. What's up, guys? Welcome into Packers All Access post-game show. My name's Clayton. You can check us out on packernet.com. Find me on Twitter at Packers_access. Not sure why you would, but that's where you can find us. Okay, so joined alongside Emilio in Tennessee. We got Tim in Green Bay. We got Jacob in Wisconsin. Here to talk about this Packers loss to the Minnesota Vikings, 31-29. If you had told me that was going to be the score in the first half, I would have said, you're smoking something. I would have said, stay off the weed. That's what I would have said. So, man, there's a lot to talk about in this one.
Damn weed.
Jordan Love has missed 3 games, right? Or 2 games. And he might end up leading the league in passing after that second, which is wild to think about. But just trying to finish up charting here. Let's get everybody's initial thoughts. Let's go around the horn. I don't care who goes first. What do you think? Obviously, the turnovers were the big difference, man. Just way too many turnovers. Obviously, you lose the ball 4 times, turn it over. It's going to be hard to win that ball game.
I guess I'll start. It was rough, man. It was rough, especially as a man that's living on the border. This game means so much to me, and it was an absolute crap show to start this game. I mean, we did not come out. The piss was not hot. The piss was very cold. And you know what? It stunk, man. It really did stink because I honestly, at one point during this game, I thought to myself, Jordan Love should not be out on the field. We can talk about that. He didn't look like he was able to really get into the throws. He didn't look like he was able to complete those like with the ferocity that I've seen him throw. And you know what? We can talk about guys like Dontavian Wicks, who had different types of games. We could talk about a lot of things. On the positive side, I will say that like Clayton said, I had no inclination that we could even have this game be within a score, which it was at one point. Like even at the end of the game, and it makes me even more mad because we were able to scrap and claw back, and we still kind of pooped the bed there at the end. So I'm going to try to stay as optimistic as I can for you guys. I swear I will. Josh Martin's coming in with a Snapchat or with a Snapchat.
Snap face. Super chat, I believe. Josh Martin.
Super chat. There you go. Josh Martin says it's time to acknowledge that Watson is injury prone and a bust. Wow.
Man, I can't believe you paid $5 for that.
He literally walked off the field, bro. I mean, he walked off the field.
That was a hospital ball, too.
He got let out to dry, and he got his knee.
Can we give him his $5 back?
He can block.
That I don't agree with that, Josh. I don't. Y'all can comment on that if you would.
Yeah, it was a hospital ball. We know that. And Scoot's brother Trey made a great point on Twitter. He said, most receivers would have just quit on that and not stayed in there trying to make a play. So Scoot's a guy that laid it all out on the line for his team. Jordan trying to fit a ball in a tight window. That was just a bad decision with the football, period. And Scoot getting folded up and his ankle rolled, like that was nasty, like watching that replay. Yeah. So that has nothing to do with being injury prone. That's like, I don't know, just not agreeing with that take. Not going to happen today. I don't think Scoot's a bust. If anything, I'm thinking, here we go. No stranger to rehab. I don't know if it is a high ankle sprain. In fact, 3 to 6 weeks. I don't know what we're talking here. But we can't call him glass. We can't do that. We can't call him injury prone. We can't call him a bust. And this was not a non-contact injury. This wasn't like pulling up with a hamstring or something.
I was just going to say it's not a hamstring injury. This guy's a lead blocker for the most of this year.
Thank you.
And he still has
somebody acknowledges him for what. Come on,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, go ahead with that.
He's over here. All he does is grind every single play. Doesn't matter if he gets the ball thrown to him. He'll open up the defense. He'll do all the dirty work. Love trusts him, believes in him. So yeah, he forced it into triple covered. I mean, how many times did Rodgers and how many times did Favre do that, right? So it's going to happen. But you want to get your playmakers the ball. We needed a first down.
Man, it really makes you think twice about that pregame swag that Jay Money had walking in today, man. He had a Brett Favre type of game today.
Yeah, well, that's true. But Watson did get bent up like a pretzel. I mean, anyone in that position wouldn't be happy with your foot staying in the ground. And it was like Love, it was like how Love's knee bent back like that, basically. I mean, it's not.
Yeah, shout out to Badger Trio. Says he's been he didn't say this, but he's been a member for 5 months now. I feel to start Love had to get over the mental hump. Now listen, yeah, here's the thing with that. Like everybody, Bulaga, Tauscher, everyone who's commented on that, like the mental aspect is going to be the biggest thing, right? Is trusting it. Now, first half, it looked like it was bothering him pretty bad. Second half, he comes out, and I felt like he ran a lot better in the second half. I'm not trying to put rumors out there, but we know it's the NFL. Sometimes things happen at halftime, injections, things like that are legal.
My knee.
We need to trigger up the Billy Bob comment right there, knowing if you let that even get near his knee. So now I felt like the whole team, I know this is not going to be a popular take, but the whole damn team fought in that second half. It'd been real easy to just roll over. And these are the type of losses that can sometimes galvanize a team. Now, the turnovers, obviously, Jordan made some really bad decisions. I wasn't crazy about the game plan. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to be it's going to take everything in me to not rant about the defense in the first half because we were getting absolutely cooked in man coverage. It was horrible. So the second half, you've seen a lot more match. You've seen a lot more spot drop, things like that. And all of a sudden, Sam Darnold's hesitating on his reads. But anyway, Badger Trio, shout out to you for 5 months, everybody. Appreciate you. Chris with the super chat says, Chris Arneson says, one positive thing is Aaron Jones didn't score a touchdown at Lambeau Field, LOL. Man, I don't know how you guys feel about that, but
it's about all he didn't do because he schooled us. He did.
I know that last drive I was going, please don't let 33 get in the end zone. Please don't let that. That would be the icing. That'd be the turd on the cake.
Kept him under 150. He was 93 rushing, 46 receiving.
Eric Stokes with the tackle too to stop him, which is the last guy in the field you would expect to make that play. So shout out to Stokes.
Can we ask the question now?
Thank you for the super chat, Chris.
Thank you. Absolutely, question. Thank you, Chris. What in the heck is going on with Josh Jacobs? Why was this man sidelined for a certain amount of time? What is going on there?
I have no idea. Now, it was Kyle Malzahn had tweeted out on Twitter a video of him on the sideline, and you can see Jacobs look.
Sorry, Kyle.
Jacobs looked visibly pissed off on the sideline, standing there next to a coach that was patting him on the back. I don't know what it was. I was literally spent the first half combing through Twitter going, what was the injury? What was the injury? It made no sense.
I don't know.
Has anybody else heard anything else about that?
My theory is I've said it's been running back by committee since the preseason. And I think maybe Josh Jacobs felt like he wanted them to lean on him a little bit more. And the guy look at the carry counts that he's had in the previous 2 games. What did he have today? 11 carries, 12 carries, something. So to me, maybe it's a veteran player that's like, hey, why did you guys bring me here? I was brought here to help this offense.
Yeah.
Every time he had some kind of momentum going, we saw a personnel change or he was out. Maybe it was just frustration. It was a frustrating day. Like just about everything that could go wrong did go wrong. Somehow we found a way to grit it out, stick in the game, make it interesting towards the end, give us all, heart palpitations all afternoon. That was great. Thanks, Packers. But I think Josh Jacobs was just frustrated there. I don't think it was an injury thing. I think it was a workload thing. I think he wanted that ball in his hands when it mattered the most.
I think that's true.
That never really crossed my mind one time, Tim. But as you're explaining that, it's like maybe that's why he was frustrated. They were just doing a simple rotation. What do you think, Amelia? You think that's what it was?
I think you're onto something there. I mean, they almost split carries. It was 9 for Jacobs, 8 for Wilson, and
crazy.
I mean we ran the ball under 20 times. It was 19 times I think we ran the ball. So that's because, like Tim said, look at our numbers from previous games. We were 30 plus no matter what. I think. Matt kind of I think maybe he got away from it a little bit, wanted Jordan to cook, and then we got behind the 8 ball, and it was, all right, how do we crawl ourselves out of this thing?
Yeah. Right. He could have been frustrated with the whole approach of the run game maybe today, Maybe he felt like him and Emmanuel Wilson should have touched the ball a lot more, or got more involved in the pass game. Where were our running backs in the pass game today? We didn't really see it.
Yeah.
It was either late in the third or early in the fourth that you seen Jacob start to get some swing passes, and he was making things happen too.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jake G126 with the super chat. Thank you so much, Jake. Jordan looked rusty but settled in as the game went on. We know Jordan has the Favre gene. and is going to try to squeeze in some tight shots. It looks way better in the fourth. It looked way better in the fourth. Learn from this and move on. I completely agree, Jake.
You think God never farted?
I tell you, man, he showed some grit.
Yeah.
That knee, and he took that knee on that tackle where he scrambled up the middle, got the first down, and then a defender lands right on the brace with his knee. You could see him wince. I mean, that dude, again, bad decisions, absolutely. Now, the interception there at the end to Tay Wicks, Tay Wicks, I don't know how you don't look for the ball there. I never understand that play, me personally, when a receiver is going down the field and you're running out of room, like you're in the end zone, and you still don't think, I maybe should look for the ball now. It's like, what are we doing? So
that's borderline another one that maybe shouldn't have been thrown, though, honestly. Or at least maybe should have been thrown into the bleachers in the lower bowl.
He was getting
throw that away.
Safety blitz, free safety blitz. I mean, coming free off the edge, free runner, and he looks up and he's got a one-on-one matchup, streaking for the end zone. Try to give this guy a shot.
What do you guys think about this, Randy? To me, this is completely different game if McDuffie holds on that pick. Oh my gosh! I mean, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
a different game if Tay Wicks catches that other pass that Jordan threw to him that hit him right on the 3 on his jersey.
And here
in the chest in the front of the end zone.
Absolutely, Tim. And here, it's tough to get into these conversations, and we're not going to be downers, but Tay Wicks, Narveson, that play. I mean, what are we doing? Like we shot ourselves in the foot. Yeah. Somehow we climb back, and this is how you know that we're a good team. Like Clayton said, somehow this game is a freaking 9-point game when we have literally shot ourselves in the foot. We lost. We didn't kick. We just decided we're not going to kick 2 kicks. We don't want to do that. We're not going to get an interception. We don't like that. We're not going to get any sort of momentum play that we want in this game. And somehow still at the end of it, we're within onside kick worth of getting him back in. It's crazy to me. I thought it was very, in my opinion, I think the coaches are more to blame in this game than the players. And that's a rare thing. I think the coaches maybe just did not put necessarily the best players out or the best schemes out. That's what I will say.
I want to disagree with you, but I'm telling you, man, you guys seen me in our chat. That first half, I was beside myself with the man coverage. I'm like, well, I'll show you here in a minute on Next Gen Stats, too. It's like they literally decided to double team Justin Jefferson and play man across the board. It's like,
yeah.
And here's the thing. I'm not going to name any names, but a certain podcaster / reporter was talking about that and they got so excited that this is what Hafley's going to do because Hafley kind of hinted at it in the presser. Then when you go out there and you run this and you give up however many points, what was it? All 31 points in the first half. Well, 28, right?
Yeah.
28 points in the first half. It's like, this is what happens when you try to build a game plan around stopping one player. It doesn't work. People say Belichick did it. Belichick ran bullseye. Bullseye is real simple. You take your number 1 corner and put them on the number 2 receiver, and you double team their best receiver, not with your best corner. And that's not what they did at all. Now, here's the other thing we got to put in perspective, too. We were without Jair Alexander, our best cornerback, right? We were without him. Christian Watson leaves in, what was that, the first quarter, correct? Yeah. Jordan Love's playing on a bum knee. Like, you're pick an excuse, you know? The only thing we can't excuse are the penalties. That was just absolutely cool. So, but I agree with the McDuffie. If he holds on to that pick, been a different game. 86 Train with the super chat. Thank you, buddy. He said, can we hire a kicker that makes field goals inside the 40? It's such a strange thing that every kicker we brought in just can't. It's like that middle of the line depth. You know what I mean? Those mid kicks.
Do you think that's been the biggest argument that we've had internally here? I think it is, right? Special teams. Just because we've either been so confident in certain coaches or players, and then we're certain and confident about certain, like when Narveson got hired, I said hired, like as if basically it is a job.
He got through orientation.
He got yes, right. He made through 3 interviews and then he got it. Do you want to go live to Matt?
Yeah, let's go to Matt real quick. Let's see if we can get a feel for how Matt's.
Let's go.
This week, or do you think early on that Jordan struggles and whatever else might have contributed to the slower start offensively.
Yeah, we had a good first drive, going down there and missing a field goal. And it's not like at any point in time I didn't feel like we couldn't move the ball. We missed some plays, and you can't do that. And, credit to them. They went out and scored on their first 3 possessions. And when you're down 21-0, that really changes the whole complexion of the game, how you call the game. Like I told the team at halftime, you can't get it all back at once. But I just go back to just the resiliency that our team showed to be able to continue to battle, because you don't always see that.
Now, I know you had said it probably wouldn't be an exactly split backfield this year, earlier in the year. What has been the thinking the last couple of weeks, kind of splitting time between Josh and Emmanuel?
I don't know what the exact snap counts were, so until I go back and take a peek at it, you might know.
I looked like they were alternating series last week.
Yeah, there were some things that happened, I think, early on with some of the protections that were a little bit of an issue, and that we got to clean up and be a little bit better in. And it just became a passing game, I would say. We threw the ball 50 some odd times. So that's why there was a little more balance than normally would be.
That's interesting. So he said the reason there was more of a balance was there's a pass protection issue. Is he talking about Jacobs there with the pass protection issue? What do you think, Tim? How are you reading that?
I don't know.
Because I've seen Emmanuel Wilson blow. I've seen Emmanuel Wilson blow.
I was going to say, we saw that too. If anyone's guilty, it could be both of our running backs, but our O-line didn't play particularly great today.
Boy.
So.
Yeah, Tim, this one's for you, man. Eldergren Super Chat. Just a reminder, Carlson was perfect last year on field goals inside 40 yards. I don't know if that's true or not, but you remember us talking about it like, be careful what you wish for. Just because you're bringing in a new kicker doesn't mean it's going to be a better kicker. I'm just waiting now for Carlson to sign somewhere and be the next best thing like his brother was. That's
just waiting for the fans to start drumming up Mason Crosby's name again.
Is it fair though? The fans that are.
Thanks for the super chat, Eldergreen. Appreciate you.
I'm so sorry.
That's the only way I'm talking kicker is super chats only. If you want to talk.
That's all we do now is kicker chats for like 15
As of right now, it looks like Carlson is still on the practice squad for the Giants.
Is it? Okay.
All right.
Might see him next Sunday.
Legit though, guys. Is it real? We lost by how many points? Is it 3?
3.
Lost by 2.
I know where you're going. I'm going to disagree already.
All right, that's fine, Tim. But we need to.
You're not going to tell me 2 missed field goals why we lost the game. It's not why we lost the game.
But I'm just going to say, numbers wise, if you're an average fan, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. I'm an average fan. I don't know nothing. All right, I don't know nothing. All I'm saying is that I know 6 is more than 3. We lost by 3, and had we had the 6, that means it's more points. You know what I'm saying there? I'm trying to connect these dots for these guys. I'm just saying, Timmy, we've had this conversation, and me and you specifically,
everything that you complained about all afternoon about this game, you're going to tell me that 2 missed kicks is why we didn't win? How about getting boat raced in the first quarter, down 3 scores?
100%. I understand that.
How about lackluster approach on defense, sitting in man coverage, getting lit up all afternoon and not making changes?
I agree with that. 100%.
How about stupid penalties on the offensive line, shooting us in the foot? I'm sorry, I refuse to believe 2 kicks. You can do the math game. The math is definitely math, and I'm not saying you're not correct here. Well, you'd love to have those points back, but you can't tell me that that's what cost us this game. I just
100%. Tim, you're 100% correct. And like I said, if you stop time and you go on a glass shield and you go, no, we could have 6 points when there's not 3 points. I understand that. That's fair. But to be fair, we also did have a big concern. People like myself, a lot of people on this podcast had concerns that we were not good in the special teams department. We even had this conversation about last week about Rick Bisaccia and how valuable he is or is he not to the team. It's pretty clear that I would argue that penalties, lack of defense, and then third, special teams lost us this game. Is that fair to say?
I think what's fair to say is TV Fanatics spot on here. A lost is a lost. I'm not going to celebrate it just because we lost by 2. So,
yeah.
TV Fanatic, no one's going to pressure you to celebrate, brother. Okay. So
does it make sense though? Can you guys like comment on that? Like what?
No, it was misspelled. It doesn't make sense. But anyway, go ahead.
not
It was a good TV show, though, right?
No, that TV show sucked. By the way, it was the worst.
It's funny. I said it was a good TV show, and I've never watched it. So
it's so bad.
Funny how that works. Here's the thing, like, and Amelia, I want to get your take. Could we have won the game if we had hit one of those 2 field goals that were missed? Yes. Could we have won the game if we missed those field goals and not turned the ball over 4 times? Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Could we have won the game if we hadn't decided we were all of a sudden going to change up our entire defensive scheme and treat Justin Jefferson as if he is Jerry Rice and won the game? Yeah, we probably could have. There is a half a dozen things that we could have won this.
Let's add to that we're still above 7 penalties a game.
Yeah, we can't fixate on one thing that's the cause of this loss when there's so many things wrong. I mean, you can
I understand that argument, you guys, but what's the one job of a kicker? To kick field goals. Mm-hmm. What's the one? What's multiple jobs of a wide receiver?
Right.
Run this route, run that route, run block. You maybe have to do special teams. The kicker has one job: is to kick the ball through the uprights. I'm sorry, we didn't have a bad snap.
Kick off too, Jake.
Well, most of the time, yeah. Now,
we had to kick.
Why don't we just practice drop kicking it instead of just kicking? Like, let's just do the little. If you bounce it off the ground and kick it through the uprights, we're good. Like, let's just bring in the Aussie. Hale's ready to
Daniel
go.
Whelan do it.
And we're good to go.
Have Daniel Whelan do it.
I'm just saying. I think we would have won this game if we had a good kicker. I'm going to say that.
Yeah. We also haven't been able to not have less than 7 penalties a game. Like we are
exactly again what I'm saying. Coaching wrong. Coaching be bad. Coach bad now time. Well, I use many word when small talk will do.
Because I get lost when we lost. So
no, I'm really honestly not trying to be negative. I just
have me convinced, Jake. No.
I just think that there was a penalty against the fact that we were incompetent today. I think that the coaching was incompetent. I think the offense was incompetent. Dontavian Wicks was incompetent for the first half, and the guy cleared up, figured out how to do it as he went on. But like same with Jordan Love, man. We got guys that are slow starters, strong finishers. Sometimes, hey, that's a good thing. But you know what I mean? Like I'm just saying.
I don't know. I'm not a doctor.
It's not great when you're in the NFL, man. What are your thoughts here? There's a lot of comments in social media right now, a lot. And again, so sorry.
That's why I'm not looking at it.
So sorry.
Jacob, I think kicking is what fired up our offense. And no, isn't that how we scored the first touchdown? Was through the kicking game?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's not what I'm trying to get at. I'm just trying to say, what is your thoughts to the people that said, hey, this should have been a Malik Willis game? What are your thoughts? Ooh. What do you think the score would be? Me personally, I really
my thoughts are the people that said it should have been a Malik Willis game. If we lose the game, those same people will be going, this should have been a Jordan Love game. He's got to get out there and play.
Well, okay.
That is exactly how that would have went.
Yep.
Exactly. If they would have lit his ass up with blitzes and there's no way he could have scrambled and he would have, couldn't have got their little you see him try to run the chicanery there in the first quarter. Did y'all see that little loop-de-loo spin and fake? It's on tape now, boys.
Loop-de-loo. Give me a break.
Your dummy-os can't run a draw play. You got trick plays. Oopsie, effing oop.
Billy Bob gonna puke.
So, again, man, I don't subscribe to that whole, if Malik Willis had been the starter, we would have won. No one knows that. No one knows that.
Sit your butt outside.
Know this, if Malik Willis had been the quarterback in the second half, we wouldn't have scored 22 points because you can't run those little oop-de-oos and spin-abouts and chicanery and drop 22 on a team. And I'm sorry, that was 22 points in the fourth quarter they scored. That takes a quarterback throwing the ball down the field. But I don't know, man. Again, there's a lot of reasons they lost this game. I wanted to hit this real quick, get your all's take on it, because I said this in the chat. As soon as Matt LaFleur almost got ejected from the game, I was like, this is the type of thing that gets teams fired up right here. This is what gets your team to respond. I'll make sure the sound's down, all right? But this is what it was. I want you to watch here in the replay. That's what he got the flag for right here. Almost got ejected Okay. There's Uncle Bill saying, get back on the sideline. Now watch. This is what he's pissed off about. Look at this. Watch this. Timeout.
Thank you.
Now watch. I need to watch. Timeout. Hey, yeah.
Timeout. Timeout.
Give me a damn timeout here. Right. I don't blame him.
Yep.
And when you respond that way, the guys on the bench are going, all right, coach is fighting. We got to fight too. It's 28-0.
Yep.
28-0.
Yeah, I will say I got really heated about that, and I said some stuff I shouldn't have said online. I apologize to anybody that maybe saw that. I was very heated about that because of the fact that legit LaFleur is doing what a coach does. He's doing what a good coach does. He needs to be the person. And oh gosh, Tim, I don't want to even acknowledge it, but that Bill Vinovich, he's a Vinovich. I don't like that man. I think he's the worst. I don't think he's a good person, and I think he literally just wants to see himself. No, it's not him. Don't label that man.
I look great.
He makes that man look like a friend. Yeah, exactly. Anyways, Randy Steen has a Snapchat. Damn it!
Snapchat. Jacob got Snapchat on the mind. I don't know
what's going on here, guys. What if we called a bad team with no playoff hopes for a competent aging kicker? Say a fourth. At least a year or two. If it gets us a win, I say, yeah, why?
So the kicker issue should have been solved in March. Now we're here. And I know Randy's not saying this. I'm with you. Listen, I agree with Randy. If you could trade a 4th-round pick for a kicker that's going to kick 85+% field goal, yeah, sign me up. Sign me up, right? If Justin Tucker's on the market for a 4th, I'll give you a 3rd just because I appreciate you cooperating. But they're not out there. That's the reality. They're not out there. All that's out there right now are the Narvisons and the Carlsons and those guys that are kind of on that same tier. That's not to dog them. It's just it is what it is.
There's a bunch of guys with mullets just sitting on the corner being like, I can kick that football. And you're like,
again, Randy Steen, thank you for the super chat, Bob. We appreciate you. Thank you for the Snapchat. We appreciate you.
I'm not on the snap face very much. Coach Belichick.
That is what Belichick said. Let's go to this. This is what I wanted to point out when we were talking about game planning. And I'm not going to continue to do the whole song and dance of all these fans that wanted man coverage. And it is what it is now, right? So here is the play call. This is a strike concept. Okay, it's kind of a double crosser strike concept where you got to climb. You got a 9 route on the right. And you got to climb coming across the field. What I want you guys to key in on is watch. This is man coverage. This is, first of all, the first play that gashed us. I think it was the first explosive of the game. Sam Darnold deep right to Naylor for 31 yards. So this is definitely an explosive play. But I want you to key in on, watch the man coverage. All right, so you can tell it's definitely man coverage, right? And you're kind of showing 2 high shell, like it's going to be cover 2 man. But what they're doing is they've got 25, which is Keyshawn Nixon, trailing Justin Jefferson, and they've got 33, Evan Williams, playing over the top. That's what you call bracket coverage. So you're double teaming Justin Jefferson, and Eric Stokes just gets cooked in man coverage. And again, this is what happens with man coverage. It happened the whole first half. Cooked. That right there is really what set the tone for the game, that first 31-yarder. If we were to go back.
What was so astounding to me is why did it take being down 3 touchdowns to see a glimmer of a change?
It's crazy.
We saw that 4 minutes into this football game. We knew this wasn't going to work. Mm-hmm. And we stuck with it throughout the first half, really.
Yep. And then right here, let's see what we got. This to me looks like zone match. This is zone match. All right. Mm-hmm. So this is zone match, but again, 26 turns into man coverage. He just doesn't hit his spot. This is cover 3 zone match, which if the one breaks a 7-yard threshold, most likely it could have been 5. When he breaks the threshold, it now becomes man coverage. So this isn't spot drop. This is match, which turns into man, and he just gets cooked. I don't know what he's looking at there. And again, that's Ballantyne, right?
It's Ballantyne.
But
I talked to him so much this morning. I was like, Ballantyne's our best man corner. He's going to be very good against these guys.
Good thing he was running zone there, right?
It doesn't matter. He got burned so hard.
It was match, so it was. Yeah. It turns into man, but it's again.
My little brother he's like, man, Jair's out this week, and I went, hey, don't worry about it though. I said, Jair's statistically like one of the worst guys we got against man. I said, Ballantyne is one of the best. I even said that in my stupid group chat, and then all my Viking friends, Valentine. Like, oh my God, I got roasted.
You need better friends.
I need.
So you can see right here, this is pay for them if you have to, man.
You're an amazing person. You know that, don't you?
So here's the touchdown pass. I think it was to Oliver. You'll notice man coverage. See everybody in man coverage. Why not sit in a cover 2 right there and have 5 underneath? You could even go cover 1 with 5 underneath and just kind of play the sticks, play the goal line there, then fade back if you need to. I don't know why we got so trigger happy with man coverage today, but that's just, man, it's frustrating. So there you go with that. I just want to point out a couple of those. That's how it's important to understand why, what happened and why did it happen early on, because that's really what threw us out of our complete game plan on offense and obviously forced us to make a good change on defense. But
is it crazy to you guys that the pass rush was just not existent? What happened to our pass rush?
We saw it for a few minutes there. Was that late third quarter? We saw our boy Halfley dial up a few, and we got a 3 and out. We got a pressure to the quarterback, but yeah, we didn't see that at all consistently throughout the game.
Legitimately, we were supposed to have, Darnold's a pocket guy, right? He's not a scrambler. He had no pressure, dude. Nothing. I didn't see Rashawn Gary the whole game. Did you guys?
Just on a couple of run stuff and tackles. And I don't know. I have to look to see if he's being chipped or what. I didn't pay much attention to him. I want to try to find that sack for you real quick. Looks like they did not put it on next gen stats. I'm pretty sure that was a cat blitz. Wasn't that Keyshawn? Am I thinking right?
Yeah, no, sack fumble. Yeah, it was a cat. It was kind of like a delayed. It looked like they were coming from the other side, and Keyshawn blitzed from his blind side.
Got it. And then you had the Quay Walker sack. Let's see what Halfley dialed up right here. So obviously you're showing off. You got 29 up here. So you got Xavier McKinney up on the line of scrimmage on Justin Jefferson on this play. Let's see what happens. So you got everybody mugging. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at the line of scrimmage. Something we said you didn't need to do this game. So that's how they hit home, though. All right, good deal. So you dropped McDuffie into coverage. So this is a cover 3 defense. Maybe no, it's cover 2. So they ran an invert.
Yeah.
They ran a little cover 2 invert if you want to consider McKinney's playing corner right there. So they ran a little invert. Yep. So again, there you go. Zone. Hit home with the sack, right? And you only brung 5. So that's part of the game plan there. You're mugging both gaps there with the backers. And Quay, great play there, man, too. Great play by Quay. Hopefully Devontae Wyatt's all right. Have you guys heard anything on his injury? Yeah, it seemed like an ankle. Is that right?
I thought it was, or hip, ankle, something leg. I was originally thought it was maybe the shoulder, how he landed. He had the shoulder issue this week in practice, and I thought, oh gosh, something got worse. But I believe it's left leg issue.
Yeah, it looked like he got carted off, didn't he? If I'm not mistaken, like which is just
no, he walked off.
Did he walk? Or I'm sorry, yeah, you're right.
Watson got carted off.
Watson walked off at first, and then they
and by the way, like the fact, what do we think about that, guys? Like, you know what? Honestly, more than anything that makes me mad today is people literally trying to crap on that dude. He got his leg bent back, like to the point of where they don't show it on TV, and they're saying, "Oh, he's made of glass." The guy walked off the field. That is the most. It makes
people just want to be right. They want to be right, and they're these same emotional fans that a year and a half ago they were screaming, "He's made of glass. He's weak. He's injury prone." All those things, and then all of a sudden they're all year long they're looking for their opportunity to prove they were right a year and a half ago.
Yeah, that's literally all that. Just trolls, just waiting to troll. It's just disgusting, dude.
I agree, completely agree. All right. Wait, how is he still live? You think, Emilio?
Yeah, it just popped up.
All right,
J Love's live, right? Okay, here we
go. Let me hop over there.
But yeah, I mean, for real, like, dude, you wouldn't be the first one that wants that to happen to your knee. Trust me. I mean,
yeah. All right, here we go, fellas. Let's get this pulled up. I apologize. By now, you got to know that the show sucks, so you can't expect too much from us. All right, but here we go. Here's J Love at the podium.
Yeah, we just didn't make plays. I think did not play well enough personally, me, and accuracy was a little bit off, a little bit shaky, and was definitely making it hard on some of the guys, which just led to us getting off the field early and not being able to put up points. And so kind of got in the hole early with all that resulting. So, yeah.
Did you feel a little less accurate than usual? Maybe the layoff playing a role in that, do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think just wasn't playing well enough. I think ball placement was a little all over the place today, kind of throughout the whole game. And I think it picked up later. But, yeah, I think early on just missed a couple of throws and was a little bit off and, made it hard on some of the receivers on some of those plays.
The second interception, were you going for Luke or Romeo on that one?
Oh, here we
I
go.
was throwing it to Romeo on that one. Yeah.
Nah, so it was on Luke.
With Christian.
We got to hit that real quick. The interception, he was trying to hit Romeo. To me, it looked like Musgrave might have ran the wrong route on that play.
And he jumped up and ended up tipping that ball.
Yeah. That's a guy. Musgrave is, oh, man. It's tough. It's tough. You see a guy with all the talent in the world, but, man, he can't get out of his own way.
Did the guy just make a good play and jump in front of him? Is that what?
Yeah, he made a good play. They're going to Tampa 2. We were trying to run him out of there, and he made a good play, kind of running with the through down the middle and was able to fall off it. And, I didn't see him and, threw it into, traffic right there. And he made a really good play on that one. So one of those things you just got to be able to see him and, get a completion and go somewhere else with the ball right there.
What did you see on the other one? What were you trying to do there?
Which one?
The downfield one to Wicks.
For Wicks, yeah. On that one, we were going fast, and they got me right there, brought it all out. Wicks had a go route, and, I felt Smith coming off the edge and tried to just throw one up and let Wicks be able to make a play. And, the timing was off. I was obviously really early getting the ball out, so he wasn't, expecting it at that time. And, he never really got his eyes around to be able to see it, and the DB kind of just tracked it the whole way. So one of those, critical mistakes that, got to be able to see the all out or just throw the ball away or, take care of the ball better.
One of the reasons, too, if you'll notice the pressure from the outside, he really fades left and puts it a little too far to the inside as opposed to out on that throw to Wicks. Love the accountability there, though. Jordan Love, like, hey, look, that's on me. Love it.
And the one that Christian, you said you didn't see the guy. Do you think is that?
And we weren't able to take advantage of that, and we weren't able to make them pay for some of that stuff early, and just didn't make enough plays. I think there's definitely holes in the defense. There's completions out there, and I wasn't able to find them early on, and that kind of put ourselves in a hole. But they do a good job on defense.
Did you kind of feel more comfortable, more yourself, feel like your timing got a little better as the game was going on, kind of adjusting some of that stuff at all? Maybe in fourth quarter or anything like that? Did you just feel a little more like yourself?
Yeah, I think we made some pretty good adjustments throughout the game in the second half to take advantage of what they're doing better. And, it just came down to making plays in that second half. And I think we did a really good job of that. I think we, fought the whole game and started making plays later, but just too little too late. Didn't make enough early on and didn't take advantage early on.
Do you think you're going to have to deal with a knee issue for the rest of the year?
I hope not. I hope it'll, continue to heal and get better. But, at this moment, it's definitely something that's there. And, it's one of those things it's football, we play a physical sport and there's injuries and you got to fight through some stuff.
How limited was your mobility?
I didn't think it was that limited. I didn't take off and make too many runs. I had a couple scrambling, moving around in the pocket, but I felt fine moving around.
Jordan, I know you value the importance of practice. So how much were you able to do? Like you talk about being inaccurate. Like how much work did you actually get this week in practice? All the reps in 11-on-11 or just a few, or how did it work?
Yeah, so early on I was a little bit more limited, working my way back in, but throughout the week I picked up and got more and more reps. And I don't think that, obviously being out for 2 weeks, plays a part in that. But at the end of the day, I got plenty of reps this week of practice to, kind of knock some of that rust off. And it just comes down to being able to go out there in the game and execute.
So did you say anything specific to the guys in the huddle?
All right, so we get the gist of it. That was QB1 there at the podium. as the Packers again dropped a tough one here. Minnesota 31, Green Bay 29 at Lambeau.
Full accountability from our quarterback.
Absolutely.
Full accountability. That's a leader right there.
Yeah.
Question: do y'all think it was a mistake, or I want to say like a